Hello everyone, this is Orlando from My Collector's Dream, and I am outside today in my backyard. Just gonna go ahead and show some cards. Everyone in the house is watching all the political situation right now this morning, Sunday morning. But I'm gonna go ahead and so I came outside and I want to share the cards that I'm going to take to the National to sell or trade. And if I don't sell or trade any of these, they're going to be going up for auction. I'm going to leave them at one of the auction houses. So what I've done, I'm just trying to get comfortable out here. I'm just sitting on the floor basically here. So what I've done is I'm not going to go talk about the whole history of these cards, but I literally had at one time 2 complete sets of these, of the 1888 Goodwin Champions. So I am now breaking up the #1 set on the registry. This particular card is on the #1 set of the registry, but I have another one in SGC. So I am selling these, and I'm going to show you right now. And I just want to share with you first, before I do that, each one I'm going to talk about, because if you don't know about these and how rare they are, there's, the Allen and Ginters. Well, they produced about 25% of these were produced, about a quarter of what Allen and Ginter were produced in, and they're much rarer and much more in depth and much more picture, full color. Really what many consider the most beautiful set of the 1800s. So, but the thing with these is some of these are very rare. So I'm going to share with you some of the rarities, like this Beach card right here. Here it is, Beach. There's 7, 8. There are 10 known, graded by PSA, and you can see that right there. 10 graded by PSA. And this one is a 2.5, and I had a 2 that I gave to Dylan, because this is the Beach card, and Beach was really the top oarsman at the time, and he was the champion oarsman. At one time, when they raced down the Thames River in Europe with the big race, there were 50,000 people watching him and the other oarsmen. It was a big sport back in the day, but this card reminded me of Dylan, so I went ahead and gave him one. And this one's a little bit higher graded, but Dylan's is definitely better looking. This is the back of it, and this is what I'm asking for this card. And if you know anything about these Goodwin Champion cards, not only are they rare, but anything higher than authentic or 1 is very, very tough to find, if not almost impossible to find, or they're in somebody's collections like mine. So usually what you're going to find are 1s or 2s. This is one of the lower grade ones, but this is one of the toughest cards. Like I said, there's only 10. So if you're going to build that set, only 10 people can build that PSA set, because there's only 10 of that one there. Also going to be selling this one. So again, this is $300. Anybody's interested, you can email me at Acollectorsdreamco@gmail. This is the Billiard Player Vigneault, and this is a beautiful, beautiful card. I mean, I have one a little better in an SGC, but the front of this card is pristine. That's because this is one of the ones that has a little bit of paper loss, tiny bit, but the front is so perfect that it was graded a 3, because the front is just perfect. Look at the corners on that. So that's the Vigneault. I'm asking $350 for the Vigneault, and as far as the Vigneault, I'll share with you the pop on him. The pop on Vigneault is 15 total pop on that one, 15 total. And again, the 3, you can see there's, there's only a few of them here, so you're not going to find many in this condition, especially with the eye appeal that this one has. So it's just got great eye appeal. So that's the Vigneault card. The next one is the Dioro card. This one is in a 4. Again, this one is a really beautiful card with that green background. And this is a pool player. The other one is a billiard player. It's a little bit different. But they did play together. A lot of them played. The other guy, this guy was better at pool. So Dioro is a Cuban player and was the world champion. This card, I'm asking $400. Here's the back of that. If you want better pictures and stuff, I'll send them to you, but this just eye appeal on this one is just beautiful, from 1888. So I'll share again the prices on those. And the Dioro, if you guys want to know the pop on these, let me see. The Dioro, the population of the Dioro is 16, 17, 18. There's 20. Here it is. There's 20 of the Dioro cards. And you can see that there's very few higher than a 4 or 5. That's pretty much the best you're going to find. Just a couple stragglers out there on the Dioro. And one of the higher ones is mine. So apart from this, there's probably only one higher, a couple more higher. And I own one of them. So Dioro, I'm asking $400 for the Dioro. So that's the other one. Now we're going to get into the more popular ones, which are the boxing guys. The boxing guys are pretty popular. Those are the ones that this set has boxers, and the main boxing guys are John L. Sullivan and Jack Dempsey. Now I did sell the Jack Dempsey card already. I sold the 2 big cards that I was selling in this set. Sorry to say, guys, if you're interested, the Jack Dempsey is gone and the Isaac Murphy is gone. Those 2 have been sold, along with a couple others to a good friend of mine. But anyway, this is Gem Smith. This one's in a 2.5, 2.5. A little bit of rough, on the front, but it does have a nice, pretty clean back for 1888s, and I'm asking $400 for that. This one, it does have a little bit of looks like paper loss, but it's graded at 2.5. I'm asking $400. Again, you just don't see many of these. I can keep sharing the pop, but many of these are very low pop. The big ones are here's Gem Smith here, and Gem Smith is, again, total graded is 18, 27 total cards graded. And again, most of these, if you look at them, they're going to be in the authentic or 1 grade, or possibly 2 or 3. So it's not a high grade one, but they're very tough to find, especially one of the boxers. And so $400, I'm asking for that boxer. Whatever I don't sell or trade, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it with the auction house. And this is one of the better boxers, and that's Jake Kilrain. And this one is in a beautiful 4. Jake Kilrain was the champion, English champion, really one of the great middleweight boxers back in the day, and one of the more popular cards in the set. So basically the 3 boxers are John L. Sullivan, Jack Dempsey, and then Kilrain probably is the next one after that. And then you got Mitchell also, but so you see the back of that. They're all going to have a little bit of dirt in the back because they're from 1888, but it's a beautiful, sharp card. And I'm asking $800 for this one because, again, in a 4 is a very high grade for those cards. And Gem Smith, let's see, the Kilrain. I'll check the pop on these. Again, it's 20 something the pop. It's 28 cards total, and only 3 are graded higher than a 5. So you can see this is one of the higher grade examples. So $800 for that one. I've got some SGC ones, and this one is I a Pedestrian, and this is a Pat Fitzgerald, and this one is an SGC 5. I also have a PSA 5, so I'm going to keep the PSA and I'm going to sell the SGC. In a 5, these cards are super hard to find. You just don't find them, and this is a beautiful picture. I mean, you know, look at the artwork on those, you know, with the ship in the back. You have the seagulls there with the beach and the tree, and just the artwork on these are great. Here's the back of this one. I'm asking $450 for this one. You know, and these are super tough to comp. You know, I'm trying to comp them as fair as I can because I really want to move them to one of you guys, and if not, again, I'm just going to leave it at the auction house and get what I can for it. So the Fitzgerald, I'll check real quick. I don't want to make this video too long, but I only have a few more. Fitzgerald, the population of Fitzgerald is a total of 19. And on this particular one, there are 5 graded higher. So this is the Fitzgerald Pedestrian. The Pedestrians, they didn't have marathons at the time, but they did have Pedestrians. The Pedestrians literally walked for days straight on end. So that's the Pedestrian Fitzgerald. The other one, last one here I'm going to share is the Bicyclist, and this is a beauty. Look at the back of the bicycle on that. It's one of those big wheeled bikes, and this is wood and a 5, SGC 5. Again, another beautiful card, nicely centered. I've owned all these cards a long time, so I have one higher graded, but this is the wood. And let's check the pop on the wood. Just the artwork with the yellow background and the that blue, and you know, they got the flowers in there that they would give them at the end of the race when they would win. It's just, you know, the artwork. And if you read up on these guys, these were all great players. And let's take a look at the wood, the Bicyclist. So wood Bicyclist, wood Bicyclist. See, jockeys usually get graded more. There is a wood jockey, but the wood Bicyclist, there's a total of 13, 14, 17 total pop. And you can see there's a couple here, you know, but that's it. You know, there's probably 2 graded higher than this 5 right here. Maybe 2 or 3 graded higher than the 5 in total. I'm asking $450. So again, these 2 that are graded are more kind of common players. They're in 5. I'm asking $450 for these 2 guys. I'm asking $800. This is the bigger one, which is a beautiful 4 Cochran. $300 for these 2. $350. It's kind of based on the grade and the player. $400 because it's a 4. 2.5. I'm asking $400 because that's one of the boxers, which is a little bit more in demand. So that's what I've got for my Goodwin Champion cards. If you're interested in any of those, hit me up with that. The other cards I'm going to do is another one of my sets, and these also are some of the rare cards that I have. And I also had 2 sets of these, and I'm breaking up one of the sets because I sold 2 or 3 of them last year to the gentleman that opened the packs of 49 leaf. And you saw that in one of my videos that I interviewed his kids, and he wanted to finish the premium set because they had some of the premiums. So I broke up my second set, and I sold him the premiums that he needed to complete his set. So that left me 4 extras. One of them I traded to Sammy Thunder, which was the Christy Mathewson that I had. And then, so I've got 3 left. So I've got this Mickey Cochran. This is the 49 leaf premiums, and this is in a 4. You just never find these guys. I mean, I can't tell you enough. Let me check the pop on that real quick, how rare these cards are, especially in this kind of condition. And these are, you know, like here he goes. Mickey Cochran. 49 leaf premiums. Mickey Cochran. It's one of the first guys here. Mickey Cochran, okay? There's a total of 10 graded Mickey Cochrans. There is 1 4, which is the one I have here. There's a 5 and 2 6s. So here's the 4. And there's a 5 and 2 6s. And I have one of the 6s. So you're not going to get that. So basically there's 2 graded higher than this, and there's a 10 total graded of this Mickey Cochran card, which only 3 graded higher. I say 2 because you're not going to get my other one. So that's the Mickey Cochran in a 4, and I'm asking $500 for that. That's the back. They're blank backed. So if you want the Mickey Cochran, I'm asking $5 for the Mickey Cochran. And the cheapest one I have, maybe one of the toughest one I have to find, is this Ed Walsh in a 1. This came from my original find that I had. A couple of these came. This came from the original find too that I had. And this is the Ed Walsh. Ed Walsh is so tough to find. This one is in a 1. But let me find here. Hold on a second here. Ed Walsh. Just like I told you. Ed Walsh. He's right here. Ed Walsh. There's 5 graded. There's a total of 5 graded Ed Walshes. That's it. There's 5. So if you want this one, and I have another one, so there's really only 3. I have 2 of the 5, so there's 3 out there in the wild. And I know who has one of the other ones, one of the other set registry guys and stuff. So you're not going to get that either. So, but this is the Ed Walsh. So if you're a White Sox fan, for $200, I mean, I'm putting it cheap, but you can see the back. It's got crease, a little bit of creases and dirt. But for $200, there's only 5 known to exist. And the big one that I'm going to auction off, I mean, or probably going to go to the auction because I think I get good money for this one, is the Walter Johnson in a 4. But if anybody wants to buy it, you know, make me an offer, or this is what I'm asking, $1,500. I feel I can get $1,500 for that. I was asking $1,000 for the Christy Mathewson, and that one was a 3. And it's just a 4 on a Walter Johnson. Like I said, you're not going to get it. You're not going to find them. Let me check the pop on Walter Johnson. There's 15 of them total. But let me share with you here. Walter Johnson. Here's Walter Johnson. Where's Walter Johnson? There it is, Walter Johnson. See, like I said, most of them you're going to find are going to be 1s. There's half of the pop is a 1 or less. So you see the Walter Johnson, there's 2 4s. There's 1 5 and a 6.5. That 6.5 is mine. So there's 1 higher. So you're not going to get mine. So there's 1 higher than this Walter Johnson on the registry. And this is just a beautiful, one of the nicest premiums out there for the 49 leaves. You can see the beautiful background. It looks like he's glowing with the almost, you know, with that background like that. It's one of the coolest ones, and it says here, the greatest fireball pitcher of all time, Walter Johnson, shattered many records which still stand today. Pitched for the Washington Senators from 1907 to 1927. It has like a facsimile autograph, but I hate to sell this one, but I need the money. So that's the Walter Johnson. That's the premiums. That's these, my Goodwin Champions. Some of the other stuff that I'm taking real quick. are gonna be, I have one of these, so I'm taking this one to sell. Armando Marsan's T207. I know there's a YouTuber that was interested in it. Please reach out to me. I'm asking $150 for this. I bought this raw, I had it graded. It's just beautiful. It's just off center top to bottom, as you can see. That's why I got the two, but it's just a beautiful Marsan's with a bright background. Great eye appeal. $150 if you want the Marsan's. This is the Keith Hernandez rookie card that graded the 9, which is beautifully centered, that I showed in my other last video there, that I said I was going to sell. Prices range from $350 to $450. I put this at around $400. So that's what I'm looking to try to get. Cash trade or make me a fair offer. So that's that. What else am I taking? A Clemente. If anybody is interested in this beautiful Clemente for my 59 set. I have one in a 7, so I'm going to go ahead and move this 4.5, but it is just a beauty. It was one of my original cards from the set. It's just nice. Just a little bit of corner wear down there, but and a little bit off center. But if you want this Clemente, I'm asking $150 for it. Pretty cheap if you want a 59 Clemente. Beautifully centered in the back too. You know I'm going to try to keep good cards. So I wanted to keep this one, but I have a 7. My 7 is off center too, but $150 if you want that one. And I got a new card. I don't even know how to price this. It's a 1 of 1 black finite. It's super shiny. Paul Goldschmidt, 1 of 1 black from 2019. Well, there were a lot less 1 of 1, so I don't know. I mean, I priced it as $150. I got it raw, cheap raw, and I graded it. And I graded it at 9.5. Maybe somebody want to crack it out. One of the young guys. I may use it for trade bait. One of these young flippers may want it. Crack it out, make it a PSA 10. But either way, it's a 1 of 1 black. It's like a black finite, super shiny. 1 of 1. Paul Goldschmidt, future Hall of Famer. If you want that. And the last one is probably going to use this. It's a Reggie in a 571. I kept the 3.5. I'm going to sell the 5. It's beautifully centered, just a little bit of rough edges and stuff. Looks like it has a little mark here. But other than that, $50. This is something I may use as throw-ins, you know, or sometimes to close a deal. You need to throw something in at the end. A little bit of negotiation. Maybe use that Reggie, but I'll leave that out there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. And a couple of the cards that I can't take because these are I won't be selling because these are the ones I'm going to go to PSA. This is the ones that I put on there. They were altered by Gary Mosier. I bought those at PWCC, tried to get, contacted Brent and Betsy Huggins, tried to get my money back, but they unable to do that. Even contacting Jesse Craig, all those guys are not good people to deal with, unfortunately. But anyway, so I'm stuck with this, and I looked through, and I actually had like 4 that I'd bought from the same collection. So here's another one of them. So beautiful card front, but I'm not going to be selling it because these have been altered. And unfortunately, this is like the second highest graded. But at the time they were graded by PSA, the stains were not there. When I bought it, the stains were not there, but they came back. So you could see that the numbers coincide. And I have a couple more actually. But I'm going to bring these. What I did was I looked at the one that had the worst stain, recovered, the stain came back the most, and that was this guy right here. Check out. Come on, look at that. The stain came all the way back. Can't tell me that card was a 6. I'm going to show these. These are PSA cards that I'm taking to them that I put on here, altered by Gary Mosier. They were cleaned. They were cleaned, and now they're dirty again. After they were graded, they were white. The backgrounds were white. This is the most valuable one I have, which is the Boxer. These are common guys, but still, this is worth some money. So hopefully I can get some refund there from PSA. So anyway, guys, that's it. If you're interested in any of these, let me know. I'm going to be on a live stream on tonight on the 4 collectors. I'll also share some of these. You can also be on there and let me know if you're interested in any of these cards. So thanks for watching, guys. A long video, apologize. I may have a few more cards to take to the National, but these are the ones that for sure I'm taking. So thanks for watching. Have an awesome day and the rest of the weekend. Thanks for watching. It's Orlando from A Collector's Dream. I'll catch you on the next one.